Part 1. Foundations Ambition, or Formula One. The world's fastest stage for innovation, pride, and money. And now, an American icon is entering the arena. Cadillac, a brand that built its name on luxury and legacy, is taking its biggest gamble yet, joining Formula One in 2026. But this is not just another motorsport story. It's the rebirth of an American dream in a world ruled by European giants. F1 isn't about promises, it's about proof. For Cadillac, success will demand not only speed but also strategy, technology, and relentless precision. This is the story of how a century-old automaker set its sights on the most advanced racing championship on Earth. Cadillac's parent company, General Motors, has dominated roads and showrooms for decades. But Formula One is different. It's brutal, technical, global, and political. So why now? Because the timing is perfect. F1's new regulations for 2026 promise a more level playing field. The sport's American audience is exploding, with races in Miami, Austin, and Las Vegas. And GM sees a chance to turn Cadillac from a symbol of old-school luxury into a modern, asset-learned performance powerhouse. They made the call. Cadillac will join Formula One as a fully fledged American team representing innovation, power, and pride. Hoke 1. The first turning point. The FIA officially accepts Cadillac's entry. It's no longer a dream. It's real. The 11th team on the grid will carry an American badge Cadillac. With the announcement came pressure. To compete with teams like Red Bull, Ferrari, and Mercedes, Cadillac needed to build a racing empire from scratch. The next months became a storm of recruitment, planning, and secrecy. Inside boardrooms, strategies were drawn. Job listings quietly appeared online for aerodynamicists, engineers, and mechanics. Each hire mattered. Each decision shaped the team's DNA. To lead this new machine, Cadillac looked to Formula One veterans, people who had lived the sport. Graham Loudon was named team principal. Ace Dan Torres joined as CEO. John Tomlinson took charge of aerodynamics. Peter Krulla became race team manager. And then came a heavyweight move. Pat Symonds, the man who once served as F1's chief technical officer, now joined Cadillac. Hoke 2. The second turning point. Pat Symonds' arrival changed everything. He brought knowledge, respect, and credibility that few teams ever gain in their first year. It told the world that Cadillac wasn't here to fill the grid. They were here to compete. But F1 isn't only a battle of engineers. It's also a battle of business. A team without funding, sponsorship, and strategy will collapse before the lights go out. Cadillac knew it. They needed someone who understood not just racing, but business, someone who could sell the dream. That's when a name emerged. Tyler Epp, a man known for his commercial success with the Miami Grand Prix. Under his leadership, the Miami GP became one of the most profitable events on the F1 Endurance calendar. Crowds, sponsorships, and global viewership all grew under his watch. And in late September 2025, Cadillac announced him as their global head of commercial strategy. Hoke 3, the third turning point. Tyler Epp's appointment marked Cadillac's shift from technical buildup to commercial warfare. This wasn't just about cars anymore. It was about global branding, sponsors, and partnerships that would fund the dream. Epp's job: turn Cadillac F1 into a global business success before the first car even hits the track. His challenge: deliver money, credibility, and media deals while engineers struggle to build a competitive car under tight deadlines. For Cadillac, the race had already begun. Factories were rising, computers running, ideas flowing. But the world wasn't watching yet. The world was waiting. By the end of 2025, Cadillac F1 had transformed from an idea on paper into a real, functioning operation, leaders in place, strategy defined, ambition alive. But the real test lay ahead. Would all this planning translate into performance? Would the money, talent, and faith actually deliver results on track? Part 1 ends with Cadillac standing at the edge, confident, but aware of the storm ahead. The next phase will test their people, their vision, and their endurance. In Part 2, we follow Tyler Epp's mission, the internal conflicts, the drivers, the rivalries, and the pressure that comes before the first lap. Part 2, Conflict, Vision, the Final Push. The world now knows Cadillac F1 exists, but few understand what's happening behind the closed doors of its factory. The tension, the deadlines, the struggle between vision and reality. At the center of it all is Tyler Epp, the man responsible for making Cadillac F1 a commercial powerhouse. His task: secure sponsors, brand partners, TV deals, and fan engagement before the inaugural race. Without funding, there is no car. Without media power, there is no future. Epp's phone doesn't stop ringing. Meetings with global brands, negotiations with broadcasters, endless presentations. Every handshake matters. He's building not just a team, but a legacy. Hoke 4, the fourth turning point. Epp closes Cadillac's first major sponsorship deal. It's a huge win, proof that investors believe in the dream. But it also sets expectations sky high. From now on, there's no room for excuses. While the business side gains momentum, the technical department faces its own race against time. The chassis is still under development. Engine decisions are still under discussion. Cadillac plans to run a Ferrari-powered car initially, while quietly developing its own in-house power unit for future seasons. The engineers work through sleepless nights. The car must not only meet regulations, but also deliver performance against teams that have been in the sport for decades. And then, friction begins. Design updates delay deadlines. Sponsors want more branding space. Engineers want aerodynamic efficiency. Two worlds, business and engineering, start to collide. Hoke 5, the fifth turning point. An internal conflict erupts between the technical and commercial sides. Epp must step in, balancing the demands of sponsors with the purity of design. It's a defining moment that tests his leadership in Cadillac's internal culture. If handled wrong, it could fracture the team before their first race. If handled right, it could unite them under one vision. Meanwhile, attention turns to the drivers. Names begin circulating in the media who will represent Cadillac's return to global racing. Finally, the announcement comes. Sergio Perez and Valtteri Bottas will drive for Cadillac in 2026. Both veterans bring experience, development skills, and respect. They also name Colton Herta as their test and development driver. An American fan favorite. The lineup is solid. The message is clear. Cadillac means business. But the spotlight brings rumors. Speculation spreads that Red Bull's Christian Horner could jump ship to Cadillac. The story explodes online, forcing Cadillac to respond. Hoke 6, the sixth turning point. Cadillac publicly shuts down the rumor, firmly denying any talks with Horner. It's a defining stance, proving Cadillac's loyalty to its own leadership and sending a message to the paddock. They won't be swayed by media noise or politics. The statement strengthens the team's identity. Cadillac F1 isn't a copy of anyone. It's carving its own path. Now the countdown to 2026 begins. Testing schedules are fixed. Engines roar and prototype runs. Every department works under impossible pressure. Every mistake could cost millions. Inside the factory, hope and anxiety coexist. Epp pushes global marketing. Simons oversees engineering breakthroughs. Loudon drives leadership unity. Each knows that their first race will define their future. As launch day nears, the first Cadillac F1 car rolls out under bright lights and cameras. It's sleek, aggressive. The world finally sees the dream made real in carbon fiber and fire. But the true test is still ahead. The green lights, the competition, the unknown. F1 is ruthless. Teams rise and vanish within seasons. Cadillac now stands on that razor's edge between success and humiliation. The question isn't whether they'll race. It's whether they'll belong. 50 minutes of history, preparation, and ambition lead to this. An American legend entering Formula One. A team built on pride, power, and possibility, Cadillac. One, the dream that dares to take on the world. And when the lights go out in 2026, the world will finally see if the dream can fly.